Philippines makes example of Nuisance streamer now facing decades in prison by ref says desu. This is about Vitaly. I wonder if he's actually straight up going to jail. I actually wonder what they're gonna do with this man. The only thing I know is that he got arrested. That was the last update I received. Let's see.
Hey, what's up guys, Riff here. So today we're going to be looking at some updates regarding multiple streamers causing issues overseas. We're going to begin with Vitaly, who's been causing a lot of issues in the Philippines with his recent turn to Nuisance streaming.
Yeah, so pretty much what he did was he pulled a all you need to know is that he pulled a Johnny Somali. Maybe less what's the word? Less crazy than Somali, but he still tried to pull one. And the Philippines didn't have it. They just said, "Yeah, you cooked, buddy. You're cooked." Ref is cute as always. There's somebody who made a video, like an 11-minute video or something against the ref. And like in this thumbnail, he had like ref with like black makeup, like he's just got the gulp treatment. It is so weird. Why would you do that?
However, he is very quickly finding out that the authorities in the Philippines, they're not messing around with this stuff, and they are making an example of Vitaly. So hopefully nobody else tries the performative nonsense that he is doing for content over there. So in case you're not familiar, I'll give you a very quick rundown of what's going on here. So Vitaly is a content creator who's been making videos for a very long time. He popped off with prank videos about a decade ago on YouTube. However, he faced a lot of different controversies, including a very serious one back in 2020 when he was arrested for allegedly very brutally beating a random female jogger.
Alone for that, nobody should tolerate this dude, right? Alone for that, for just beating up a woman. Just beating up a woman. For no reason. Is this the guy that did push-ups on Japanese trees? I don't think so. That wasn't mentioned. It could be, but that wasn't mentioned.
In an event where he claims he was on mushrooms. And what do you do when you are dealing with a lot of controversy and trying to make a comeback? Well, you go to Kick, and you can see the absolute bangers he was releasing in his final days before he was arrested. Banger stream titles like Vitaly disturbing the peace in the Philippines. And obviously, there is...
Or Vitaly picking up girls in the Philippines. Or Vitaly on the mission to find a wife in Philippines. Vitaly ex-mom caused chaos in Philippines. Vitaly ex-mom visits the most dangerous hood. What the fuck? What did the jogger do to him? I don't know. Beating up a woman as a guy, that just shows how weak you are. Well, it depends. If the woman is coming after you with a knife, beat the living daylights out of her. But if it's just a random female jogger, that's a problem. That's a problem. I'm in a hotel and I have so much fun at the swimming pool, but hi Zoom, how are you doing? Hope you're doing good. Apparently good.
There's a whole catalog of clips showing absolutely abhorrent behavior from him. I'm just going to play a short compilation of some of the most ridiculous stuff he was doing.
Sir, I have a question. I have a very important question for you. Can I shove this up your booty?
What?
That was one thing that I've realized. Speaking of home, good that we had chose this video to watch after the last one. He is also very homoerotic. He always is checking out dudes and flirting with dudes. Why? Why? He's also on that level. I'll beat up a woman, Dux. Her name will be Zegler. Don't hurt the Rachel.
Is that okay or no? Okay.
Huliin mo, kuya.
Can I give you a kiss? No, I have a question for you. They won't recognize me. No, yet. Okay, yeah, they took the ass. Then, yeah.
Shangri-La po. One and then there. Okay.
I'm gonna fucking rob you if you keep walking away.
Yeah, that was also the clip with the I'ma rob you. That clip was also the clip where he said that she was woke. Which is like, yeah, the Philippines known for being woke.
My only fan left in the chat. Since I don't have any fans, since I fell off, my only fan, bro. Coming through. You wanna get knocked out? It's coming through. Don't you want to scan me? Here, film yourself. Let me see.
Oh my God, so many laws have been broken today.
So yeah, I'm sure this comes as a big shock to all of you after watching some of those clips, but he has been arrested. That was something that happened.
And that the guy who filmed should also be arrested. I'll be honest, the guy who filmed should also be arrested. I hope he got arrested as well. Because like you're like a cuck, right? We had that last time. You're like a cuck if you film a nuisance streamer. Like if you're the guy that films it. Known for gorgeous women. Yeah, yeah. I wonder if being an alpha male correlates to being gay. Who knows? Maybe it does.
Happened a few days ago, and now we have the official mugshot. As you can see, Vitaly is very smug.
That's an actual mugshot, huh? Look how happy Vitaly is. Look how happy he is. He's gonna lose that happiness quite quick once he enters jail.
Was his initial demeanor whenever he was facing authorities, but I think that sort of smug attitude is going to be changing very swiftly because he's facing potentially decades in a Filipino prison. Also, during this time, he was banned on Kick, which is pretty hard to do. Pretty much the only way you get banned on Kick is, well, if you get arrested. Like, you have to get formally arrested for them to even consider pulling the plug.
That's one of the things I've realized. Like, literally, you could nuke a country on stream and Kick be like, oh, that's great content. Let's keep that around. Good that they banned him, though. Good for them as well.
On some of these channels, but that's kind of Kick in a nutshell. But on top of that, we saw him rolling into the station a few days ago. This clip came out, and as you can see, again, very smug, very dismissive of everything going on. That is not too surprising.
The way that smile will fade in a few months, true and real. Vitaly arrest footage for criminal activity in Manila. Very impressed at the speed at which this was handled, which will absolutely be deterrent to other kick nuisance streamers thinking of coming to the Philippines-based.
Surprising because, really, he thinks he's going to get away with it, even making a kissing motion towards the camera. He's very full of himself. However, things are changing, and hopefully his demeanor starts changing for his own interest eventually, because he's being made an example of on a national and international stage. So he was put out in front of Filipino authorities and absolutely blasted during this press conference. This is a still image from some videos we're going to watch in just a second, but basically you can see they are making an example of him. They are putting him front and center and making sure that Filipino law is going to crack down on this man. And again, I don't know if there's like a message here with this shirt. If anyone knows, feel free to leave your comments. Or
BIWF, what does that mean? Good question. I have no idea.
Leave the funniest answers in the comment section of what this BIWF means, but your guess right now is as good as mine. But as you can see, he was made an example of. He is literally doing a perp walk in front of this press briefing. They are making an example out of him. They are making a show out of him in many ways. They're putting him front and center while he's sitting there in handcuffs. And during this press conference, as we'll see some examples of, he's still being annoying. He's still disrespecting everyone in the room, including people who are very motivated to bring the hammer down on him.
I think that's perfect. I think that's good. They should make an example out of him. So less and less nuisance streamers pop up, because these guys have been spawning like unwanted children. And unwanted children are more wanted than these guys. Japan should have learned a thing against mongrel streamers. I wish they did. Apparently there's another group of nuisance streamers somewhere.
I have no idea what he's thinking. I don't know why he's gotten to the state where he wants to throw away his life to stay in a Filipino prison, but that's what he's doing. He's completely cooked at this point. But there was also a very important stage in this, and of course it's translated roughly here, but they designated him, the Bureau of Immigration, as an undesirable alien. What that means is they want to keep him in the country, and later on in this clip, they say outright,
we won't deport them. Well, bro is cooked. Bro is actually cooked. That pretty much sounds like they're gonna put him in jail if they will not kick him out. Be more like PewDiePie, true and real.
We won't deport them. I'll just read the subtitles for you guys. He'll answer the laws here in the Philippines. Then, crimes they have committed can now be punished by Filipinos. Yeah. For example, we are serious that in our own country, we will not deport them. So they're just flat out saying, we are not letting him go. We are not deporting him. He's not going to be saved by a deportation. He's going to be tried here in the Philippines under Filipino law, and we're going to punish him. And they're very motivated to do so. On top of that, we have this this clip from Atozi here, is one of the people very closely covering this situation and other nuisance streamers.
Scumbag IRL streamer now facing 24 years in Philippines prison. Well, Riposo. That sounds terrible. But yeah. Maybe it happens, who knows.
Causing issues overseas. In fact, his video, one of his initial videos on Vitaly, was actually used in the police report alongside all of the various actions he committed during his stay in the Philippines. And in this recent video, he actually used some software to translate some of the things being said during that press conference, and we can get an idea of the charges he's facing and the underlying actions they are attributing to those specific charges. So let's give it a quick listen.
So here we have, I guess, the charges against Vitaly, which aren't 100% set in stone from what I can tell, because he just kind of threw out a lot of the things that happened that they're investigating him for. So first you have unjust vexation, which is engaging in behavior that caused annoyance and distress to others. Then you have...
Yeah, he definitely has that already. He easily has that. Easily. Filipino slang, BIWF, is an acronym that stands for Bring It When Found. It's a common phrase used to encourage someone to share what they've acquired, particularly food or snacks, after purchasing or finding it. It's essentially a way of saying share what you've got. Okay, should have been named FAFO. Fuck around and find out.
Alarm and scandal, which is actions that disturb public peace and order. Then you had attempted theft, which was trying to unlawfully take a security guard's firearm. That's a serious charge. That is, yeah, like, did this happen after my coverage? Did this happen after he was arrested?
And I'll answer that in just a second.
When did he... I have not seen a clip where he tried to grab somebody's firearm. That's a problem. Bro is cooked.
Let him keep going.
I don't remember that being on the stream that I skimmed through. That is a serious charge. Then you have the 2 counts of theft if they go after him for taking the motorcycle and the industrial fan, and then also that face mask, but they returned the face mask pretty quickly. So we'll see what they do there. Then you have the threatening to rob an old lady as well. But what I didn't know until now is apparently if you steal a motorcycle in the Philippines, you can actually get up to life in prison. And this...
What? That is crazy! Potential imprisonment ranging from lengthy terms to life imprisonment for aggravated offenses. Bro is fucked. If that hits, bro is cooked.
Beautiful. But he's not going to get life in prison for that charge. I mean, him kind of scooting away like Fred Flintstone style on the the bike without even a key in it. I don't think they're going to give him a life sentence for that. Probably not anything too serious, but still, the fact that he's going overseas.
I mean, this could be considered still stealing regardless. You took something that does not belong to you, so I don't know, there's a solid chance.
And putting himself in a position where he could face life in prison just for one of the many charges is absolutely crazy, okay? And apparently some of those theft charges, each one could carry a 12-year sentence, meaning he could be facing decades in a Filipino prison. I mean, I hope it was worth it, right? But you also heard Atozi talking about the situation involving possibly reaching for an officer's gun, and he's not sure where that came from, but I think this is what they are referring to. I played this in one of my videos reacting to these clips, and I thought he was just grabbing onto a random officer's belt, like with flashlight, other utilities and stuff like that. But I didn't know there was a gun, and if this is the correct clip, this is insane. So he begins by basically sexually harassing this officer, this guard, whatever you want to call them, and then we see him reach for his belt buckle.
Get the Shangri. Yeah, they took that.
Oh, so it is this one. Hope it does. It'll definitely set the standard for all streamers. True and real. Deported, you're already home.
Oh yeah, okay. So watching this again, by the way, I just noticed this now. Yeah, that's definitely a gun. that's definitely a gun on his hip there. And watch what he does next. I mean, not only is he already looking at it, but he starts reaching for it.
No, they told everyone.
I don't know why I didn't see that the other times I looked at it, but yeah, that's very clearly a gun.
Bro might be fucked. Genuinely. Good luck getting fed, Vital, you mongrel. Prison is prison. Math is math.
So that is definitely what they were referring to. I think it's clear as day. That's really, really bad. He's lucky that didn't end a different way. If you did that in the United States and he saw you reaching for his gun like that, an officer, it'd be the last time you're reaching for anything. I think that's very clear. But yeah, it's not good. On top of that, I said his demeanor has been ridiculous. So as some of his clips are playing here, you can see Vitaly start applauding himself. He's applauding his own clips. Right, look at this death stare right here. Do you think that
Bro is like, why is bro smiling? Hi Austin, how are you doing? Hope you're doing good. I love how there's people defending him. I've seen people defend Somali. It's like, put them also in prison.
this guy's amused with you, Vitaly? This is the guy in the group of people who could basically bury you. I don't understand for the life of me why he's doing this to himself. It's just a crazy act of self-sabotage. Like, it's one thing. Like, it's bad going to prison. It's real bad going to prison. But the only thing worse than that is going to a prison overseas. Somewhere where you don't belong. And clearly, looking around, here's an example. Does he look like he belongs? He's going to have a very hard time in a very brutal prison system, by the way. I would not want to be in a Philippine.
Like, he's the only one smiling. None of these dudes are smiling. He's the only one smiling. That should tell a lot.
Prison, or any prison for that matter. But still, why he would do this to himself, I don't know. I think he's on some sort of a mental break at this point. He's had many in the past. There's no way anyone who's thinking rationally would do this to themselves. On top of that, here's another very strange clip. You might have seen it earlier, based on one of the clips you're reacting to, but watch how he's acting in the background as this clip is going. He starts reaching for this hat. He wants to put it on for some reason. They're just like, bro, cut it out. What do you... It's just stuff like that.
Why though? You're making it. You are literally making it worse. Why are you doing this? Why? I think bro wants to go to prison. I think bro had enough. I think he wants to go.
That's insane. While he's literally being put in front of national television to be made an example of, he's acting like a fidgety weirdo and just making things a lot harder for himself. Okay, so that's it for Vitaly right now, but I want to return to Mizkif. So obviously a very big content creator, been a long...
Mizkiv? Okay, we're changing the topic, I guess? Sure. What happened here? I've heard a few things. I guess we're switching topic.
Around for a very long time, and he's facing a lot of criticism recently for this clip right here.
Oh. Since when is Mizkiv a Nuisance streamer? Bro. Where are all these people spawning from? Why are you making pull-ups on a Japanese cherry tree? Why? Why is it always Asian countries? Why is it always Asian countries? Philippines, Japan, Korea, what else? If we count Israel as well, then Israel as well. Why? What's the point?
Where he and some of his friends are doing pull-ups and gymnastic tricks on sakura trees, which are very, very culturally and spiritually important for the Japanese. And basically they're only in bloom like this with flowers on them for 2 weeks, and he's obviously shaking the petals off. This is something that even a day one tourist in Japan should know is very disrespectful. I think that is a very fair thing to say. You have to know this is disrespectful. But of course, he deleted it after he got a lot of heat. Not because I think he felt really super sorry at the time. He was getting put on blast by other content creators and people all across the board. And eventually, he has now made an apology saying he wants to make a quick statement.
Fuck around and find out. What is this? What is this? Is it bait or mental retardation? Call it. What is this?
Statement about the cherry blossom tree, and he was doing pull-ups, and he was informed later that it was really, really bad, and he only noticed after he woke up the next day and there was these...
Let me read. Hey guys, I want to make a quick statement on the situation regarding the cherry blossom tree. A few days ago, I did pull-ups on the cherry blossom tree. You retard. I posted the video and went to bed. Why are you posting the video, you retard? The moment I was informed by a friend on the severity of the situation, I immediately deleted the post and regretted my decision. You are not sorry because you were actually sorry. You are sorry because you got caught. Once again. I have been in Japan for the past few months and I have loved the Japanese culture. Motherfucker, you should have known from the get-go. If you've been there in the past few months, you would know. So I think you just didn't care. I've loved it so much. I came back twice. I've grown a lot here as a person. But I kind of do not believe you. Made so many friends that I truly value, and I experienced so much of the Japanese culture that has changed my life for the better. I do not want to promote my actions as proper. They were wrong and it should be seen as such. As usual. Why? They are just hospitable and people like this guy take it for granted. True and real. Once again.
These viral things going on. And he's been in Japan, and he's so sorry, and he thinks this is a bad example, and asking...
To any viewers or tourists coming to Japan, please understand these trees are sacred to Japan. You would know this if you went there a couple of times already. Do not touch cherry blossoms. They are sacred to the Japanese culture, and are extremely delicate. And to my viewers, please do not attack anyone who criticizes him, I guess, yeah.
His viewers not to attack anyone who's criticizing him and yada yada yada, but this doesn't seem very sincere, especially after there are multiple reports that he was in a very angry fashion DMing people who were criticizing him and saying some pretty unhinged things, which apparently, according to a lot of people, is not something foreign to...
Kaho Shibuya leaks that Mizkiv sent her angry Discord messages, which she later deleted after going viral for doing pull-ups on a cherry blossom tree in Japan. Sent me a personal message shitting on me. 3 me's in 3 sentences, all about me. I was shocked he actually deleted that comment. Of course, I screenshot it as evidence-based.
Apparently, he DMs a lot of people who talk negatively about him. But here's an example with Kaho, who is one of the main people calling him out. This is what she said.
Are you shitting on him? Because he sent me a personal message. Yeah, shitting on me. Yes, that's why. And it's all about me, me, me. There are like 3 me in 3 sentences. Yeah, so I'm like, okay, so your community actually reflects you. Wow. I was like, I was shocked. I was shocked. And he actually deleted that comment later on from like a Discord. Yeah, but of course I screenshot it as evidence. Yeah, you shouldn't be, Kaho. Our community is the best. Oh, thank you. Well, you're one of the best. Yeah, it's like so disappointing. I got so personally disappointed. Up until that point, I thought like, you know what? You know, he didn't know, or they didn't know. I mean, it's not about this one guy. They didn't know. You know, of course, they can always excuse it. I was gonna, you know, help them have the opportunity to explain themselves, even to the Japanese community and the English community. And they were like, oh, yeah, really rude response. Really rude. And there were 3 me in 3 sentences. And there was no period in the sentence. That really, you know, my OCD just like freaked out.
So apparently the message she's referring to is basically saying, like, I can't believe you did this to me. You're making me look bad, me. Clearly trying to flame her for calling him out. She was the main person, I think, at least got the most attention on the Japanese side calling him out. And yeah, he didn't like that. And according to other people, he's been doing the same thing in other controversies where people were criticizing him. Just very strange behavior.
So pretty much what he is doing usually is when people are criticizing him, he DMs them angry. Wow. What a man-child.
But on top of that, some posts like those from Dexerto reporting on the situation have been conveniently deleted, which is very odd. So people are kind of scratching their heads as to how that happened. But the bad result, and almost predictable result, is that some Kick streamers are now trying to repeat the...
Why? Why is it always Japan? You're making it harder for actual tourists. For regular people. Just jail them all. Without parole, just jail them.
Actions of Mizkif and his comrades over there, and they're now going around and doing pull-ups and gymnastic tricks on trees.
Alright, Mizkif, I love you so much. I saw you come to this tree and touch it very respectfully, so I thought, you know, you looked like you were having so much fun. I didn't want to miss out. Let's have more fun in Japan, why don't we?
Oh no, he's gonna do it. Oh wow. Yeah, I don't know where they find these losers who do this stuff. Like, man, oh man. Again, it's just like I don't understand.
These actually spawn like unwanted children. These people spawn like unwanted children. Moms, you gotta swallow. 'Cause if you don't, that is what you're gonna get nowadays. What is this? What is this? Why people are doing the wrong things? Because it gives attention. These are literal. This is literally the definition of an attention whore.
There's not much attention for people like this. Like, believe me, this is not someone who's popping off and going crazy, getting crazy numbers in Japan doing this stuff. It's just scratching for any tiny bit of relevancy by being hated by everyone and being a laughing stock and a nuisance to everyone around them. This is absolutely the most embarrassing form of behavior. Nuisance streamers deserve absolutely nothing. And now they're desperately trying to mimic what Mizkif did for attention. And apparently, too, this person doesn't actually like Mizkif, by the way. Let me make that clear. But yeah, this is a trend now happening among Kick streamers who think this is an easy way to get attention. But the attention they're getting is just people flaming them and making fun of how desperate and pathetic they are. But anyways, That's going to do for this video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
I don't know much to say. Good that apparently Vitaly might be going to jail. Hopefully he does. Hopefully they should keep him there and put him in jail straight up. But I find it's like really odd why people keep doing this. I mean, we all know they think it's gonna give like attention and like views and shit. No, the only thing you're gonna happen is that if you continue like this, you're gonna go to jail. Very simple. I think if people behave like this, jail. If not, maybe just a few weeks, maybe a month or so. Maybe that helps. The fun is disrespecting other people's culture. Correct? This is just why. Why we keep doing this? I don't know. Just retarded people at this point. Nothing much to say here.